Torres give you the driver's seat of what's about to happen with Marina. By the way, this is bookable already because we got our license to sell. So for both brokers and our clients, can you raise your hand if you're a client? So we can coming in here. All right, great. So that'll be great. What I'm going to show to you now is that 8 years ago, I'm employee number 1 with Philippines, by the way. I was your branch manager. Right now, I'm handling the rest of the Visayas, which is Dumaguete, Bacolod, and Iloilo as an assistant vice president. But when it comes to launching a new product in Dumaguete, I have to do it myself because it's kind of, for us, it's a symbol of fulfilling the promise that we did 8 years ago. 8 years ago, November, I can remember, November, I came to Philinvest November 2. We had our first product launching with Marina, with which we had no idea what condo living was all about. Although we know what's condo living, but we never, as a Dumagueteño, it's alien to us. In fact, we were questioning, 32 square meters? Is that a livable space where a Dumagueteño has an average of what? 400 square meters, 1,000, to even a hectare in the mountain. And suddenly, we were questioning ourselves, is Dumaguete ready for this? Right? So, it was fun because when we started, we had no office. Employee number 2 is Ryan Pasicaran. I don't know if Ryan's here. Employee number 3 is 𝘥𝘰𝘂𝗿𝘂𝘀, and employee number 4 is Glenda. What am I saying? 8 years ago, the 4 of us are still here. So this is, if you do not call that promise delivered, I don't know what is. So let me show you, if you haven't seen Marina Spatial. You know why this is very significant for us? Because there were a lot. If taga-Dumaguete ka, no? You know how it looks like before? The scanning area. Scanning area is, dude, it's like forest. So when I came in, I was the one who knocked down the ballet studio of Marina 𝗙𝘂𝘂𝗿𝗂𝘂𝗏. And my wife was with me. My wife was a prima ballerina, and that's the first studio that she danced on. So when I knocked down that 𝗙𝗂𝘂𝗄𝘂𝘂 and stuff like that, my wife was crying during the time. Because, you know, for me, it's like, I was retired in the corporate. I came into Philinvest. I said, if we're about to change the lives of Dumaguete, I want to be part of that. So, and 8 years later, this is how it looks like now. This is the first building that we sold out in nearly 3 months. And that is to answer if we're ready for it or not. Because when I was doing the first run of this one, I was questioning myself, are we ready for this? But we finished this in 3 months. We sold it out in 3 months. And you were part of that. This is not an updated picture, but you know, the one that's left is building B. There are a couple of units left, which is 20 square meters. Mga studio units. If you are interested with the studio units, I won't stop you from getting one. Right? This one is no longer updated. If you can see now, this part is already the second floor. And to those who are wondering what's Wonders, that's a 2,000-seat call center that is operational already. They built that at 2,000 capacity. Right now, there are 600 seats, active seats that more or less operating. The first plan was just 2 floors, but since Wonders came to Philinvest and requested for us to build that they would occupy at least 2 floors, so we did the 3rd and 4th floor for them. How significant is that? Because I know there will be questions about that. What we promised was a commercial space, which is the mall, and then the hotel. The hotel might not happen because of CAC issues, but the mall is there, it's almost done. But we changed it to a call center. How does that figure out if you're investing a condominium? If you remember, the most premium price of a corner unit is around 2.4 million. Right now, on paper, it's being sold at 4.5 to about 5 million, right? And the mall is not yet done. So that's how beautiful and not to mention, we went through pandemic. We went through 2 years of lockdown. In fact, if wala pa taniagi yung pandemic, if we haven't been through COVID, we could have turned over everything in 2021. Because here's the most significant thing. If we did not go through 2020 COVID pandemic, we would have no problem with the supply chain, which is China. The problem is, when China was, halted with COVID, supply chain was a little bit challenging, even up to now. So we're almost done with building B. In fact, that is done. We're just trying to make sure that the quality assurance is satisfied on this on the project. So here you go. So this is Marina Spatial.
Marina Spatial in Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental is the perfect balance of comfort and convenience that you've been looking for. Experience vacation in your own home in this mid-rise condo community situated within the 1.9-hectare Marina town, an invaluable location near Dumaguete Bay. As a Marina Spatial resident, take pleasure in having daily necessities within your reach and be surrounded by generous common areas and refreshing landscapes for a more vibrant lifestyle. Never run out of things to do with its swimming pool, outdoor activity area, clubhouse, fitness gym, and other recreational and wellness amenities. Take a leisurely walk, hang out with neighbors, or simply breathe and relax in its serene setting. Efficient floor layouts, combining form and function, Marina Spatial units are spaces where you can pursue your passions, grow and nurture your family, and start living an independent life. Experience the constant bliss of being near the fun, owning a home full of opportunities, and creating the home you want here in Marina Spatial.
Okay, so any questions with Marina? I'll entertain later on. Because I just wanted to show this to you because this is what you call promise delivered. At the end of the day, when all of us was questioning ourselves, is Dumaguete ready for a condo living? I think they have answered the question already. Building A is, I think, 80% occupied. Building C, somewhere around 50. Building B is about to be turned over, hopefully, earlier next year. We're just making sure that quality assurance is being taken care of. The governmental permits, occupancy permit, that is already complete. In fact, getting is complete. But there are just stuff that we needed to make sure that when we turn it over, it is of the best quality, right? So, Counts, story of Futura Shores is very, how should I say, very beautiful because we had a property, when we had Building C being completed, we were looking for a new property. And we found one, kung kabaw mo asa ng tupad nila sa 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘕, that big space over there. That was supposed to be the second project. However, when this came along, and we stole this from another developer, this came along, I said, stop that, I need to do this. You know why? Because if you look at this property, it looks like Marina Spatial at its raw stage, including the house design, everything. And this is exactly the south of Marina, and it is still a beach type. So when we got this, it took us just 6 months to close the deal. And that's how fast it was. It was like 2018. In fact, we're supposed to start constructing or pre-selling somewhere around 2020. So that's how significant the COVID pandemic is. We were kind of delayed, however, because of the delay, we thought of so many things that we needed to incorporate from Marina Spatial all the way to Futura Shores.
Welcome to Dumaguete City, a city that embraces you with its warmth, charm, and vibrance. Our success story began with Marina Spatial, our flagship project in Dumaguete City. A thriving community where dreams have come to life. It's no wonder that Marina Spatial is now completely sold out. And now, it's time to unveil our next generation Futura project, Futura Shores. Imagine a life of endless possibilities right on the shores of Dumaguete. A tranquil lifestyle like no other. Futura Shores is more than just a place to live. It's an everyday experience of coastal living redefined. Shores. Catch this new wave of living.
So unlike Marina, we have a license to sell already. So when we started Marina, everybody was new and everybody just knew too much. But at the end of the day, after 8 years, we made sure that we did not repeat the same mistake that we had with Marina. So Futura Shores is located in Mangnao. You know the location is?
Yes.
Pagabot mo sa Mangnao, where 𝘱𝘰𝘯𝘵 is, you turn left all the way to Noreco Road, and where Noreco is. This is a 4.4 hectare property. This is ×2 bigger than Marina Spatial. This is 4.4 hectares. And your project looks like this. There are 6 buildings with somewhat around over 10 amenities. The first amenity that we're building is this marketing pavilion. It's a park pavilion where the public can use for triathletes, jogging paths. It's a park area where you can have a leisurely activity. So that's one. And then there's a basketball court. There is a wellness zone, there's a kids zone, there's a wellness zone, and then the Club Futura. That's 6. The other amenities is on top of every building, which is the Sky Garden. In Marina Spatial, there's only one Sky Garden, which is in 𝘮𝘰𝘳. This one has Sky Garden in each building. And all units, except the first floor, have balconies, including the 20 square meters studio, even the small studios. Everything has balconies. Remember this slide because it will answer some of your questions. Balik pa na. Balik na din. This is where we are pre-selling this building. What? Right? this is where we are inviting everyone to help us out, because the same story as we had with Marina, when they said, you're not ready, after 3 months there's no more inventory, and everybody was trying to get in building A. Right? So this time we're doing this. This is the guardhouse. I think ground floor is being held off because we're going to put commercials in the ground floor, because this is a pretty, well, not naman far. For a Dumaguete standard, yes, it's far, but if you're from Cebu or from other bigger cities, this is like too short to drive. I think 5 minutes if you ride a motorcycle, somewhere around 10-15 if you do 4 wheels. It's a very well, Dumaguete is a very close-knit community. So this one's a very accessible area. So this is building A, and this is the basketball court. We heard some feedbacks that ang bula sa basketball mo Ritchel ito sa window sa mga ground floor residents. So what we did, replace a in-cage basketball court. Hopefully it's fiberglass, but yeah, that's the plan. We made sure that that's incorporated on the feedback in Marina's Ritchel, and made sure we incorporate that in Futura Shores. That's your kids zone. This is your wellness zone. That's your wellness zone. And then on top, this is your sky garden. The sky garden of Philippines. Well, if you look at the sky garden of Marina's Ritchel, ang iyang parapet, this time we made sure that amo siyang gigansang-gansang, and then put a guardrail so that you can enjoy the view. We'll go back to the slide later on so that I can let you see which of the location of the best views and whatever. Right? So, syempre, it's an active lifestyle condo. So everything is more or less provided for you to have an extra, exercise every time you get up there. That is the clubhouse. We call it Club Futura. A little bit bigger swimming pool for everyone. That's the artist render. Generous living space, everything with balconies, except the ground floor units, right? Including the 20 square meters. See that? That is your balcony. For the 22 square meters studio, that has balcony also, right? The great thing about the design right now is that we spread the units on each floor. So dili kay pareha sa building B sa Marina na tanang 20 square medyo tanan in one floor. Kani spread out na mo. So less residents in one floor. By the way, this is 7 floors. So see, it's an expansive area to make sure that the floor levels are just somewhere around 7. Right? So that's your 32 square. So you're familiar with the 20 square meters and the 32 square meters. The studio and the 2 bedrooms. So this is your most popular 2 bed. Okay. So this is your 32 square meters, still has balcony. 2 bedroom. Pareha na diyan sa same as Marina Spatial. The catch is, well, there is a balcony. Right? So there are, on the next slides are 3 new variants that we are offering. That's your 54 square meters. Okay? 54 square meters type 1. Because there are 2 variants of 54 square meters. These are 3 bedrooms with living room and 2 balconies. The balconies is all in the bedroom and the master's bedroom and the bedroom number 2. I'll double check that. Hopefully it's in the living room of someone. There are 2 balconies in the 54 square. That's type 1. 54 square. Type 2 looks like this. Still has 2 balconies. And then there's a new variant all over the country. for Filinvest, and that is the 74 square meters. There are 3 bedrooms with 1 flexi room, and then living area with 3 balconies. This is facing the amenities. Right? You want bigger because a lot of the clients were asking for a bigger space. Fine, you're a Dumagueteño, we're giving you a bigger space. Right? And then in the parking area, the usual 12.5 square meter parking area is apparently not enough for Dumagueteños because a lot of us have either pickup trucks or vans. In fact, we had this argument with Cebu people that sabi mo, yeah, puro nagdagko yung sakinan. Yeah, because, Dumaguete is surrounded by mountains and we love our trucks. He said, okay, fine, let's incorporate that with our parking space. So we replaced the 17 square meter parking space. We still have the regular parking space, but we placed strategically some parking that has bigger area, which is 17 square meters. A little bit more expensive, but at least ang inyo reklamo mahal na ang lugar is quite enough for a big truck, right? This is your first floor. If you can see, we combined the 20 square meters with the 32 square meters. Unlike before, the amo nag-iusap. Our first floor do not have balconies, but from 2nd all the way till the 7th have balconies. But ang pareho of layout is ang first floor o ang 6th floor. The 7th floor has the bigger units. I'll show that to you later. So, yan. Balconies. This is your 3rd floor, 4th, 5th, and 6th floor. Same layout all the way till the 1st floor. Your last floor, which is the 7th floor, has the 32 square meters, the 54 square meters, and the 74 square meters. Facing the amenities. I'll go back to the slide later so that you will have an idea how it, the perspective niya. This is your sample computation. When we started with Marina had 24 months to pay, correct? When we started it. However, we learned our lessons and everybody was requesting for a more or less longer paying period. So we gave you the 12% DP and then the 48 months to pay for the down payment. 88% can be back, cash it out, or you pay cash, or what have you. Okay? So 48 months to pay. We fought for a cheaper reservation fee, which is 20,000 pesos for the units and 5,000 pesos for the parking. Okay? Thank you. I'll go back here before your questions so that muna akong i-background when I get your questions. Because I know your questions will be surrounded here. So this is building A. Yes, sir.
So where do people go for groceries if there's no mall or anything closest mall?
Robinsons, yeah. But we had this discussion just a week ago. That's why we didn't want to have a big crowd when it comes to mini forums, because right now it's so flexible. So we're putting up the latest is we're putting up commercial spaces here in the ground floor because we realize it's a little bit far for them. But yeah, by any standards, well, it's a good thing that we put a commercial space there anyway for basic like 7-Eleven and what have you. So though Robinsons is like 2 minutes away, but it'd be more convenient if you put something here below.
Sir, what is the site where there is a possibility of abundance here?
Which part? This one? There's always a possibility of abundance. But here's, wait, here?
Yes, sir.
Well, there's always a possibility, but look, if you look at this, experience Manila. It has been there for 8 years. Is there a building coming up higher than ours? I don't think so, diba? However, this is how you're going to decide. The easiest to build is 3 floors. Okay? The easiest to build is 3 floors. There's no building code doesn't require you to have an elevator, so 3 floors. So if your question right now tends to, you want to preserve your mountain, your sea view. So go for the higher floors. Say 4th all the way till 7th. But I'm not telling you that's going to be forever. But a possibility is the easiest to build, because we cannot control our competitors to build one, or a local competitor is 3 floors. So if you look at it, somewhere around 4th all the way till 7th is still a good view for you on this side. On this side. If you look at Marina, the best sea view here. The same perspective niya sa Marina. It's just, siyempre, there's sabang ayo, whatever, blah, 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 but you know, it comes with it because we made sure that our development is in the middle of everything, so that everything's accessible. So comes with accessibility, noise, right? But we're trying to resolve that logically, and I think it's doing great right now. So for this one, to answer your question, yeah, here. And to answer your question, somewhere around 4th floor all the way till 7th. That's a good view. Naunahan mo yan. See, so, stop. Any more questions? Yes, sir.
Sir, since all of the buildings of Sky Gardens, do they have the same height?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Well, right now, the plans looks like it's 7 floors, everything. Everything 7 floors. Yeah, of course. But you know, always remember the premium views of feeling this in most of the condominiums around the Philippines is amenities view. It's more on the amenities view.
Because this is a concern of my client who was able to come here. Because if you're in the Sky Garden of Building A, can you still
Yeah, of course.
have a view?
Yeah. If you're somewhere here, can you have view? For as long as wala mo build with 20 floors, which in Dumaguete, great, well, almost impossible. Because, kabalo nga ng 7 floors today, because CLUP says we can only build until 8 floors. CLUP meaning the comprehensive land use of Dumaguete. To answer your question, it's a little bit safer, but you don't know where the leadership goes politically. They might, change that. But for now, CLUP dictates that this is just 7 floors. 8 floors. Makamo lang ni 7. Yes, sir. Ay, Rizal.
What is the timeline of the project? So, unang building A and then else build no?
We're looking at around 7 to 8 years for everything. Hopefully shorter. We always have this feeling and confidence that we build it faster than our timeline. The weakness of feeling best is we start really delaying. But once we start building, I think you have seen it in Marina. It took us like 18 months to start the first building, but when we built it, it was 1 floor per week. That's how fast we are when we start building. But on the delay, on the start, that's only 48 months it took. But we already covered the conscious delay start. Yes, sir.
Somewhat related sa yan ang question, but will it be usable at first? Because the entire thing, most likely 8 years naman. But can we use the site A, even if we didn't naman at that? Can we use the first building, even if the other towers are not yet?
No. We're going to turn it over within 48 months. The first tower. Your question should be, are the amenities available? Diba? For building. Ako na nag-blitzok, wala ko mamutanong mga. Right? So, are the amenities? We're trying to do our best that we can build everything within 3 to 4 years time on the amenities side. Siyempre, doon siya tas building 1. But there's a possibility na ma-delay ang upang amenities, but I'm pretty sure katong your Sky Garden, the kids zone and everything. Maybe the Club Futura, it's a little bit challenging, but we're trying to do our best. In fact, if you've seen Marina, una namang build was the clubhouse and the swimming pool and the fence. But this one is years more. We're putting up a nice marketing pavilion in front of the sea, where you can use temporarily while we're building everything. So that's. I mean, COVID also did its nice part because we thought of a lot of things when we were delayed. It was like, what if we do this? What if we do that? Because we need to also make sure that the cost implication has less impact on our clients. More questions? Yes, sir.
If I want to have it rented out, for example, can you talk about ROI and maybe how to get the population growth
Sure.
with regard to having
Sure.
enough people to rent that area?
This is the best group to ask that question because these are not only selling units but also managing rentals. So what's the average rental of Marina right now? 3.5 to 4, depending on how you spruce it up. So somewhere around 3.5 to 4. Not to mention there are parking areas is only 30% requirement for us to do. So parking areas also scarce. They're renting it out at 5,000 pesos a month. So ROI wise, I haven't computed that, but I know there's this an average of between 2,000 pesos for the studio to around 2.5 per day, and then there's this 2.5 to as high as 4.5 per night for the 32 square and the 64 square. On long term, on a monthly basis, they are renting it between 18,000 to around 35K, depending on how your unit looks like and where it's located. So that's how it looks like right now. And you're talking about 30% of the tourists are the ones coming back. So there are like 65% that are not yet coming back, and yet Marina is always fully booked. That's what I heard because I don't know. There's a lot of hotels in Dumaguete, and there is like I think around 1,800 heads gap of Dumaguete when it comes to hotel. So that's where your investment comes out, right? So they become a zero at the end of the day.
With regards to these interiors, sir, strictly you invest to them because there's a floor plan naman daan.
Sige, it is fully finished, meaning the tiles are there, it's ready to move in an ideal world. Now, if you want to interior design it yourself, you can actually, you just have to pay for the construction bond. Not necessarily that we don't trust this because of the waterproofing of the CR. Other than that, you can. The division are just drywall, so you can knock it down, except the division of the CRs cement, so you can't do anything about it. So sa inyo 32 or sa inyo 54 square, you can do whatever you want inside. You can interior design that, including change of tiles. A lot of them does that with Marina. Yes. Anything more? If there's no more question, this means you're reserved. So we have license to sell, so we're good to go. Right? And I want you guys to be the forefront because I don't want it to happen again that wala nang reserve, and then when you came back to us, what happened to Marina? Especially building A, wala, 3 months, it's gone. Like zero inventory. That's why we were fast. Putting up building C. Yeah, sunod naman was building C, which is the shorter building. So that's why when we sold building C, it took us around 6 to 8 months to sell that out, or 80%. That's why if you look at the history and timeline of the construction, nadugan naguman ang building A and building C. Nadugan is building B because of the pandemic. But structurally, that was done already. Any more? Yes, sir.
Pero sa mga mag-pre-selling ng mga units sa Tubangan? Facing the ocean.
Depende sa Filipino. Sige lang hot doon ng building A, pre-sell the next year for building B. we're looking at an 8-year timeline, so hopefully we'll be faster than that. We've always been faster when it comes to, we've always been lucky in Dumaguete. I think it's because we really fulfill our promise. So hopefully we can do the same, and there's no more pandemic. So, you know, but quite honest, just an insider, we're preparing for 2025. 2025 is going to be full blast. Right now, everything is kind of laying low, but everybody's making money. However, there's only 30% that came back. But 2025, they said data sets, it will go back to normal around 80, around 90%. So you guys prepare. Investment-wise, especially on
Sir, how far is building A from the shore?
building A from the shore. Around 200 meters. Around 200 ata. 200. I haven't measured it. I know it's very dull.
We have a resort line pathway going.
Yes.
So, karang sa tumahan went to the beach, dili na tabunan or there will be no further development.
Kanisha, there will be further development. Hopefully, I haven't, to answer you bluntly, there is, we always put something in front because we want your investment to appreciate. That's always been our concern. Whether matabunan, review, or whatever, there's always been a concern, especially this marina. If you look at it, whatever we did in front affects the value of your current investment. And I think we've proven that in 8 years' time. So, maybe, we don't honestly discuss kami yung sama ni siya. Discuss kami, but it's for sure it's going to appreciate the value of your units. Yes, ma'am.
When you say 8 years timeline, is that for each tower?
No. The whole project.
For the 6 towers?
Yeah, because per experience, we build structurally, we build the 10 floors na mo, average na 8 months. Oh no, less than that. Kasi 3-4 months, we're done 6 months. The ones that taking us too long is the interior. There's always a challenge, especially on the QA, and then the pandemic. So right now, we're back to our normal course, so 8 years for the whole project. I hope. It depends upon, we only depend upon how fast one building sells. There's always been that, how it's being done. If it's like 40% sold, we are obligated to, 40% sold out, we're obligated to build the building. Anything more? 20,000 reservation? Wala nang mga kape, kayo na. If you drink coffee now or eat food, you're required to reserve 1 minute. Joking. Questions? We're good? Huh? It's different now because I don't have to convince you that we can do this. But yeah, 8 years ago, it was quite fun. It's like, are we going to really do this? 8 years ago, but right now, I don't have to convince you. We have delivered our promise. In fact, more. It's not a perfect construction, but I think in Dumaguete, in Negros Oriental, I think we are one of the most well-executed projects in Dumaguete. So we have so much to offer right now with Futura Shores because we're making sure that some of the feedbacks of the marina residences, we're putting it in Futura Shores. You want balcony? Balcony. Yes, sir.
Last question. How many studio bedroom apartments is it?
I haven't counted that, but there are only 40 residents in 1 floor. Especially on the regular from first floor all the way to 6. Lesser kung sa 7 because there are bigger units. I have it, but I think there are like 1, 2, 6 something. But don't take my word for it. But I know there's only 40 in each floor. Besides, if you have experience living in Marina, you won't see each other anymore. You're all cooped up in the room, and if you want to see each other, either go to the gym, you go to the swimming pool, which seldom of you does. You know, a lot of people are asking, where's the sea view? Nobody looking at the sea view anyway. They all go to North Point, they all go to, So that's why we're providing you some subliminal areas of your condo for Fortuna Shores that you can enjoy unconsciously. Any more?
South Point.
So I'm the only one who can answer your question perfectly. You know why? Because I started Marina from ground up, and then we bought this one as part of the team. So
I have a question regarding sa Marina.
yes.
You said earlier, kapag hotel, dili na makadayo.
I think so. Yeah.
So what's gonna happen?
We'll see what will happen. We're making sure that our mall will be done hopefully earlier next year. Supposedly this December, but I do not think that will happen. They keep on convincing me that they can, but I don't think that will happen. But kanang sa corner, it may or may not happen. Abo na yung to airport dito, good. I don't think we're yun. Kaya we're like 500 meters from the airport, so it's more of a issue. CAP is the airport, right? What do you call that? Civil aviation, yeah. There's a height limitation if you're within the 5-kilometer range. Kami na is within 500 meters. So, in fact, kanang among building rin diha, which is building A, just kadalaw na lang na, may violate kami sa it's like 50 meters or something.
So it's regarding the height.
Yes, regarding the height, it's not about anything else. It's regarding the height, so we just want to be future-proof.
Yeah.
Any more? We're good? Right, so any questions? Aisha is there. Che is also there for your reservation. The most important person is Glenda will receive your reservation. So, we're good? Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, before we go on, the best tip, if you want the best view, this side. This side. By the way, if you want to tour Marina, tell your agent, let's schedule it. So you can see the perspective, the same perspective recognition. Okay? Same perspective. In fact, if you go high here on a clear day, you can see Apo Island. Not to mention Siquijor and, Cebu. On a clear day,
Ito ba? Lesa.